one day. He goes, it's just going to be the right wind, and fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a thing we can do about it. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it.
There's just so much false information flying around about the Los Angeles wildfires, especially from people who aren't even near here. But I currently am near all major fires, and here are the objective facts.
Ally Carter said there would be fires.
Everybody's like, we're ready, we're ready, we're ready. We're ready until it's happening, and then everybody's like, well, I wasn't ready. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that. There's no other way to get ready. There's no other way to prepare. There's no protocol for what's about to happen. The world is going to crumble. In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand answers.
But hold up, let me tell you what's really going on though.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
So look, for the sake of argument and for the sake of this video, I'm not even going to make this video political, so I don't need any liberals, any conservatives to hop in the comment section or feel like I'm taking one side or the other, but I would be remiss and it would just be a disservice if I made a video talking about what's happening in Los Angeles and the travesty that's happening with the fires right now, and I didn't mention the fact that a lot of local residents are blaming what's happening on the budget cut that took place because they believe that a lot of those funds could have been allocated towards the land, and this could have been prevented.
Can you address the criticism now over the budget issue and the slashing, $17 million
You know,
slashing
I
of
think
the
if
budget?
you go back and look at the reductions that were made, there were no reductions that were made that would have impacted the situation that we were dealing with over the last couple of days. And
More
then there was a
firefighters on the
little
front
bit,
line would have
there
not
was a
helped.
little bit of confusion because money was allocated to be distributed later on, which was actually going to support salaries and other parts of the fire department that were distributed a little later. So I think it's most important to understand that we were in tough budgetary times, everybody knew that, but that the impact of our budget really did not impact what we've been going through over the last few days. Again, back to the unprecedented windstorm, wind at such ferocity that we haven't seen in years, is the context in which we were dealing with it. Thank you.
So for the sake of this video, instead of from a political lens, I'm going to focus on three things, or maybe four, depending on how you look at it. I'm going to give you all a brief summary of what's happening in Los Angeles and the travesty that's happening out there right now. Two, I'm going to focus on, and I'm going to give you all an exhaustive list of all the celebrities who have lost their homes up until this date. Number three, I'm going to bring you all a video of Ally Carter. And if you don't know who Ally Carter is, she is an alleged P. Diddy victim. And she's an alleged victim of other celebrities and past presidents. And you all can check out the videos that I've made on that. But she predicted that this fire was going to happen. And I'm just amazed that this girl keeps doing this because she's predicted like 3 or 4 major things that's happened in the past 7 months. And you can't deny it because it just keeps happening, right? So I'm going to bring you all that, and then I'm going to conclude this video with just my personal perspective on what I believe is happening right now in Los Angeles from an esoteric perspective. So in other words, a spiritual perspective, you know, because we can talk about the physical reason why the fires are taking place. So first and foremost, for those of you who have been living under a rock, basically Los Angeles is on fire right now, and that's not an exaggeration. My understanding is that over 130,000 local residents it's been reported that they've been told to evacuate for safety purposes. And it's sad. A lot of people aren't that mad or upset that celebrities are losing their homes, but you got to remember that it's a lot of regular people that live in Los Angeles, that live in quote unquote Hollywood, and they're losing their homes as well. And a lot of people don't know where to go. This is similar. This is reminding me in some ways of what happened with Hurricane Katrina back in 2008 or whenever it was. And a lot of people just was told to evacuate, and they don't even know where they're gonna go. So it's just an all-out sad situation. But for those of you who don't know, basically January 7th is when all of this started, with two major fires causing the most damage: the Palisades fire near Pacific Palisades and the Eden fire in Altadena and Pasadena areas. These fires started on January 7th and have burned more than 27,000 acres of land, destroyed over 1,000 buildings, and unfortunately 5 people have been unalived in these fires so far. That's what's been reported so far, which is, again, that's a travesty, bro. And I could talk about the reasons that the fires are, and because it's a lot of misinformation out there. So I'm from the South, so I think it would be a disservice once again as a person who don't live out there to tell you why the fires are taking place. So instead, I'm going to show you a viral video of this guy who's a local resident out there that's dispelling all the misinformation and telling you exactly what started the fires.
There's just so much false information flying around about the Los Angeles wildfires, especially from people who aren't even near here. But I currently am near all major fires, and here are the objective facts as to what's really going on here. First of all, there are multiple fires from the Pacific Palisades to Pasadena, and now the Hollywood Hills has the Sunset Fire, but none of these fires were created intentionally. This is the result of lots of rain last year, which created a lot of vegetation, followed by no rain this year, and extremely dry 80-mile-per-hour winds pushing embers in all directions. Secondly, people seem to think that the fire hydrants, city reservoirs, and water tanks were somehow not filled with water before this event. They were all at normal levels, including the 114 city water supply tanks. They were not designated to be fighting multiple 1,000-acre fires all at the same time. And lastly, even if Donald Trump was telling the truth that California Governor Gavin Newsom was intentionally withholding water to protect the Delta smeltfish, it is the Federal Endangered Species Act that requires the protection of endangered species, not Gavin Newsom or California. Like it or not, everything I just said is objectively true. If you want to disagree in my comments, all it does is show me that you are uninformed about the situation and that you are not helping the people who are actually going through something here in California.
Now, to the list of all the celebrities that I've been able to do a little bit of research and put together this list of all the celebrities that I've been able to find so far that have unfortunately lost their homes. And it says here, list of celebrities who have lost their homes in the Palisades fire so far: Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, Miley Cyrus, Ben Affleck, Jamie Lee Curtis, Anthony Hopkins, Billy Crystal, John Goodman, James Woods, Maria Shriver, Mandy Moore, Eugene Levy, Miles Teller, Paris Hilton, Fergie, Adam Brody, Leighton Meester, Anna Faris, Diane Warren, Hedy Monter, and the list goes on. But for the most part, these are all the celebrities so far that have lost their homes. And again, I know a lot of you all don't care about the celebrities for, one could argue, for good reason, but nonetheless, they have children, they have families as well. So it's just a travesty all the way around. And before we go to the Ali Carter video, I'm gonna ask, if you're new to the show, please know we're thirsty to grow and to drink some of this water. You can help us out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel, but don't worry, I'm gonna give you a sec to do that to help me out. Thank you. Now look, Ali Carter. I made a video a few months. I made several videos on Ali Carter on this channel. If you want to check those out, here's a playlist here. But one of the things that she predicted that happened in the last 2 months was the Jay-Z lawsuit. Now, whether you believe that Jay-Z is guilty of that, whether you believe it's a complete sham and he's completely innocent, is neither here nor there. The point is that this woman predicted that it was coming.
Actually, 2 arrests that are already made. There's a 3rd one coming. I don't know why people are sitting on this. I'm ready. I see that some people are not. This next celebrity is really close friends with P. Diddy. He's a famous black man. Everyone know him and will most likely be hit with a civil suit first. You won't believe it until you see it. I've been ready. A lot of you are ready.
And once again, she's predicted the fires. She literally said that the fires were going to take place. And one can say, well, I mean, it's fires that take place in Los Angeles and Hollywood and California all the time. No. This is different. The Palisades fire is the largest, is reported as the largest fire in Los Angeles history. It's terrifying what's happening out there right now. And this girl predicted it.
Everybody's like, we're ready. We're ready until it's happening. And then everybody's like, well, I wasn't ready. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that. There's no other way to get ready. There's no other way to prepare. There's no protocol for what's about to happen. The world is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand answers. You know who's on those flight logs. You do. You know who should be arrested. You all do. You know that that laptop from hell is real. You know that the black book is real. You know Ghislaine Maxwell's customers are who everybody is watching in the everyday news, including those who you drop your kids off with every day. Your schools, your doctors.
There's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrant.
What is the situation with the water? Obviously, in the Palisades, ran out last night in the hydrants. I was talking to the firefighter on this block. They left because there was no water in the hydrant here.
The local folks are trying to figure that out.
I don't really know what to make of it other than I'm not surprised, y'all. I'm genuinely not surprised. Why am I not surprised? Because I just made a video, like 4 or 5 days ago, which, by the way, the video that I'm talking about is called Every Person Exposed in 2024. The truth is, it's a much larger channel here on YouTube. Just completely took my video and didn't give me any credit. But it is what it is. Like, I don't mind. I think we all have the right to use each other's video and be inspired by one another, but at least give me a shout out, bro. Like, my channel is much smaller than yours, and I know you're upset because I reacted to your interview with Jonathan Hay and the video blew up and I got almost 1 million views off of it, but I shouted you out in the channel, bro, and your video was able to thrive off of it as well. So I just ask that you respect me the way that I respect you. Now, with that aside, in the Every Person Exposed in 2024 video, we talked about all the stuff that happened last year and how it was the year of exposure. Cat Williams, almost foreseen it coming. And here we are kicking off 2025 with the largest reported fire in Los Angeles history. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think from an esoteric or a spiritual perspective, I think it's some other stuff going on. I don't think you have the P. Diddy situation. I don't think you have all this other stuff taking place all at the same time, just by coincidence. I think this stuff is related. Now, a lot of you all are going to call it a conspiracy theory. I'm just saying from a spiritual perspective, of all the places in the world, bro, of all the places in the country, all the places in California, because Los Angeles isn't the only place that fires strike out all the time. The fact that it's happening where it is, I don't think it's a coincidence. It's some of the most, I seen one video where people were saying, like, it's the 1%, the richest part of the population, where a lot of these fires are taking place. Is that a coincidence, y'all?
I just want to say one thing about these LA fires. As I stand here in Santa Monica in the shadow of the Palisades fire back behind me, pretty much that's all burnt down, so that's done. Now there's a new fire in the Hollywood Hills. There's a fire in Pasadena. Let me tell you one thing about LA. These places that are burning, the people that live there are the top 1% of worldwide society. You're talking about the richest of the richest people on the planet live up there in the Pacific Palisades. People like, Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag lost their house. Actor James Woods lost his house. My wife's boss's son sadly lost his house with his brand new Ferrari parked in the garage. Now, why this is sad is because he had just bought that Ferrari after selling his McLaren. Very sad. Thoughts and prayers to you. Now the Hollywood Hills is on fire, okay? This is not like South Central LA burning where people that can't afford to rebuild are losing everything. No. This is the richest of the rich losing their house. They're gonna be fine. Everybody's gonna be fine.
I'd love to know what you all think. These are just my thoughts. I think this year's possibly lining up to be even crazier. This is just weeks before the Donald Trump inauguration. I don't know, y'all. It's some weird stuff going on. A lot of people are blaming Gavin Newsom. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are. Hop in the comment section. Let me know what you think. It'll just be interesting to see how this is going to play out. Pray for the families, including the famous people, bro, because at the end of the day, they're humans too. Pray for them. Pray for the normal, everyday people, that they're safe. They're able to get somewhere and actually have somewhere to live. You all will be in my prayers if any of you are actually watching this video. My name's Demetrius. I go by DD. That's all to this one. Again, hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, man. Peace.
Oh, yeah, Diddy got a podcast.